Yes, I can see the HDMI output is working fine. Let me give you some background regarding this. I have installed FreeBSD on that laptop and the laptop was working fine but unable to output any HDMI display out. So that was not an issue for me until and unless I found out like I cannot switch off the LCD display. It was always open. I intend to make that laptop as a server. Why I am mentioning as a server? Laptop is not the server. So why I am mentioning that as a server? Because I will not use that laptop as on my lap or directly on that laptop. The laptop will serve something for me. So if I run that laptop throughout the day and night every time and the display remains on, it would not feel right. It will consume as little as energy as possible, but still why the display would always be on. So I tried each and everything, but I failed. Then one idea came in my mind, like what if I install a window manager, in simple terms GUI system, then I will be able to turn off the display. So Xorg, it would take around 60 or 70 MB. What about the display manager like openbox, i3, xfce? Openbox usually takes around 100 MB, i3 takes around like 200 MB, and 400 MB for xfce. So I don't need any overhead. I want to go with as light as possible. So I installed openbox. Let me show you by SSH into that laptop and let's switch to root user. So I have to install first xorg, xrender, then I have installed openbox and xterm. Like if I openbox, I need a terminal, so xterm goes very well with openbox. Then I faced like I will have to enable some services. Then I have enabled some services, installed dbus. After that, I realized that it was not having any graphical driver. That is why I had to install DRM kmod. And DRM kmod, it was around 120 MB. After installing this, the HDMI output came around. I see all of the time. Like I had to install Xorg, Xrender, then OpenBox along with the Xterm. Why Xterm? Because if I open OpenBox, I need a terminal to work with. That is the reason why Xterm was needed. Then I had to enable some services like HAL and dbus. The dbus package was missing. I had to install that. After that, I realized like it was not working. StartX would not start the GUI. So it was a long time to debug, like I was missing the GPU driver. 120 MB was the DRMK mod. After installing DRMK mod, now the HDMI started some output. Let's try if the HDMI can provide some output. Yes, I think some output is there on the built-in display, but HDMI is black. As you see, some error I can see, some missing fonts. It should not be any matter. Let's log in with another terminal. Let me increase the font size. It should be okay. Let's type XRANDR render. Cannot open display. I think I'll have to type extender on the laptop display itself, but it gave me goosebump instantly because the GUI is opened and the terminal is already selected. Like I can type using root. So if I run this command, I can see I am having e-display and HDMI 1 is showing the same as internal display. So can I switch off the internal display? Yes, I can. It would have been nice if I could say it open box, but it seems it is out of my expertise. Yes, now I see it is working. Let me show you the code. Actually, the code is extender output EDP1 off and output HDMI1 auto. That did the trick. But what is the prefix? This is because I am using remote SSH. Now I can see the output HDMI over here. But what about mouse support? It is not having any mouse and I'm not sure how to get that mouse working. Let me check for the RC file. And the RC file is mouse D already. Let's install xfce4. To install xfce, I'll have to add xfce and xfce for goodies. Two packages I'll have to add. Let's install those two packages and hope for the best. It would require nearly a GB of space. Let it go through. Let me see what is the disk usage for now. If I type disk free dash h, it has used nearly 3 gigabit, and the xfce total package count is around 260. So that was my failed attempt to install and set up openbox. I thought it would be much easier to set up xfce 4, but still xfce 4 seems very hard on FreeBSD, especially I'm using 14. I think I should use 15 or try something more. Let's update those packages. Before I update this one, what is Tumblr? I'm not sure. Before I do that, let me fix this. Okay, let's proceed with this installation. I think xfce is now installed. For the xfce to load, it's better to use something like display manager. It is called lightdm, and lightdm gtk greeter, it would show on the login screen. Yes, I would like to install those two packages having 2 MB. Now time to reboot. Now I see after the reboot, it has successfully greeted with the login prompt. Let's proceed. But the touchpad is not working. I'll have to add a mouse, I think. Let me add a mouse to that laptop. Okay, now I can see. But this time that login was landed into openbox. Let me log out and see if I can select xfce, but I see there is no selection is found. There is a selection of xfce. Let's see if I can log into xfce. Let's provide the password, the super secure one. Now I think I'll be able to log in using xfce. Yes, xfce is there, but I want to make this display as default. How do I do this? I'm not sure if I can do this. Let's see, application, system, settings, display. Under display, can I make? Now I can use this one as my default display. Before I could do this, the prompt got skipped. Now I have successfully installed xfce and openbox. I'm not sure why previously openbox got failed, but after installing xfce, I think what I missed a display manager. Lightdm was the main issue. Like if I installed lightdm previously, I would have got a working openbox system. Anyhow, this is, and let me show you a remote screen using this. Let me SSH into that server and let's see how much the memory usage has gone up 1 GB. Previously it was like 400 MB. So what if I want rc.config to be updated? I want hostname to be the same, wireless network to be connected, ifconfig, SSHD, ZFS. Those should continue to work. What about dbus? I don't want dbus, LD I don't want, and I don't want the drivers and light DM. Let me put this way, like let the driver be there and disable light DM. Let's save, exit and reboot the system. Now it is done. It's time to log in using SSH. Let's see htop, how htop works. Now I see only 276 MB. Now it is perfect machine to serve something and make some C programming. So let's see next time with some programming videos.